Fine. So these are all the scripting topics that we are going to be discussed. Before you start all of this, okay, you should get know something. Okay, you should get know something. What is client side and what is server side? Okay, when we say something, when we are going to discuss something, we need to get know. Okay, that is what is client side and what is server side. Okay, before that, okay, if I ask you what is client and what is server, do you aware of it? Anyone? What is client? What is server? Anyone know?
Client side is like it is visible to the users, and server side is related to developers.
Is
Like
related to develop. What is server? If I ask you server, hmm?
server, we can see the backend things and
The mid
Correct? Server is nothing but backend things. What server is consisting? Okay, in our
database.
example, in our service now, okay, in our service now, what is server? What server service now is using? In our service now, what server service now is using? When you say server, okay, we heard many times server is down, server is up and running, right? Server is not available, something. Servers. So most probably whenever you are accessing, okay, one website, okay, whenever you are accessing one website, if website is not opening, then you will call it as server is down something. Servers are down. Correct? The statement, the word you did here, and even though you had given some statement, whenever the application is down, servers are down, let's try again sometime. Correct? Then what is server? What is server? Okay, you will get understand easily this when you understand this. If you work, if you are going to be work on this, you must understand what is this and then this. Then easily you will take it up. Server. Okay, server is nothing but, okay, server is nothing but kind of host. Okay, in general way, if I tell you server, okay, where our application hosted, where our application is hosted or what platform it is. Okay, server. If I tell if one of the code is deployed on my laptop, this is also become server. Are you understanding? So if I install the database on my laptop, okay. If I install database on my laptop, if you are using the database, okay, it's kind of SQL or Oracle or any kind of database, if you are using that, okay, then my system or my laptop become a server. Are you understanding the statement of the server? Server is nothing but where our code is hosted or where our application, whatever we are accessing to, okay, the application from where we are accessing, from where we are accessing, we are simply opening it in the browser now.
From server.
How and this code, okay, how our data, okay, if I tell you incident, I'm opening the incident, okay. When I am opening the incident, okay, or when I'm clicking on the submit, where this data is getting stored, in the front end, we got to understand, right? In this table, in this table, okay, in incident table, the data is stored, but where incident is stored? Then if I ask you where incident is stored, where incident application is stored, or where incident table is stored,
In
sys
server.
underscore db underscore object, correct? In our
Yes, sir.
service now, okay. But where sys underscore db underscore object will be stored? See, we learned this kind of stuff, correct? When we say these are all tables, all the tables. Table means where it stores the data. These many tables are there. But where all these tables will be stored, if I ask you ServiceNow perspective, you directly tell this, here it will store, correct? But where sys underscore db underscore object stores, where all the information stores, there should be also table, there should be also server. If I wanted to be access this, I am opening something. I am opening it. Sometimes I will be updating it. Sometimes I would be deleting it. Correct. Where it is storing when you are doing that kind of operations. Okay. You just remember whenever you are working on, whenever you are create something, whenever you are create it, whenever you are update it, okay, whenever you are reading it or querying it, whenever you are deleting it, it stores in the server, stores in that server. Okay, I'm simply coming here to the incident. Incident. Okay, I am clicking on submit. After filling up mandatory details, I will. Okay, you remember what I am doing. Okay, I'm just checking in the form. Okay, and clicking on submit. Where it stores what operation I did it. What operation I did it. From here, what operation I did it. I did update it or I did read it, I deleted it or created it.
Creates.
Created. Okay. Again, if I go to the existing records, okay. Student all. If I go to the existing record and I will do some changes and then click on update it. Where it is storing, what kind of operation it is done.
Updated.
Updated. Okay. Next, I am accessing to the all. I am querying it. I am fetching the data. Means I am reading the data. Okay. Run it. When you say this, what are we doing? We are reading it. We are reading it. When I go to all, if I open one of the incident, if I delete it, what operation it is? Absolutely delete operation. But when you are creating it, when you are updating it, when you are reading it, when you are deleting it, where it is connecting? Is it connecting?
Server.
Okay, server. Very good. Okay, from here it is going somewhere. Okay, from here wherever we are creating new, whenever we are updating, when we are reading it, whenever deleting it, it is going somewhere. It is connecting it to the database that is called the server, where our application is hosted in the server. Where you are creating it, where you are something updating, reading it and deleting it, this operation can be performed on the server. But from here, when you are creating, it is going somewhere, the request. Okay. Okay. Now, if I tell you, I'm just changing it, is it going to the server?
No, we can submit a form.
I'm changing something. Is it going to the server?
No, sir.
No, we have submitted form.
I'm just selecting it. It is going to the server. I'm
No,
just
sir.
something writing it. It is going to the server. Until unless you're saving it or you are creating it on this button, you don't touch the server. You don't touch the server. Whenever you are creating it, it touches the server and then it will save it. It got saved. It got saved in the database. This is how we structured, we see in a table. Table is database. Table is database. Whenever you are doing some operation, it is database. Understand? Okay. Here you will have server side operations and client side operation. Now you tell me what is server side, what is client, if you remember or if you observe clearly.
Things we are done on the browser, that is the like client side, and the things which we after save, that is like server side.
Very good. So the until unless you are creating something and updating something and reading something and deleting something, then the relationship will be created in between the server. Okay, then that will be calling as server side. If you are not touching it, if you are not touching this operation, then it can be calling as the client. In simple way you remember, don't get confused much. Okay, if I am opening the form, I am just changing it. You don't touch the table. Means I'm not touching, creating, updating, reading, or deleting. I'm not touching this. I'm not clicking on this. I'm just changing something on my form on the browser. That is called client side. What is server side? What is client side? Sarah, as per your understanding till now, what is server side and what is client side?
Sir, whichever we are done the operations like create, update, read, delete, it all comes under the server side. Okay.
Correct. Okay. Rest
Yeah.
of them, simply you can tell rest of them can be from the client side.
Client side. Okay, sir.
Whatever you are changing on the form, whenever it is not even touching these operations, then you will calling them as client side operations. Whenever you are touching this part, then you will be calling them as server side operations. Are you understanding? Are you following?
Yes, sir.
Everyone. I see two Aravind. You joined a couple of times. Huh? Are you following everyone? This is part you should understand it. Any concern on this? Any concerns? In our example, in our ServiceNow, server is nothing but where our application is hosted and where our information stores, that is table, database. Database is our service. In the database, we are performing CRUD operations. CRUD operations means creating, reading, updating, deleting. We are performing these operations on the database. If you want to perform these operations on the database, then you will be using this part, server-side scripting. Okay, if I frankly say in a direct way, scripts are two types in our ServiceNow. One script is client-side scripting. Other scripting is server-side scripting. Okay, if you wanted to use the script to create it or to update it, to read it or to delete it, then the script, whichever you are using it, that can be calling as server-side scripting. Okay, and the script, whatever you are utilizing to change something, the browser, okay, then you will be taking with the help of client-side scripting. Are you understanding? We got to know what is server side and what is client side operations. And then if you perform client side operations, you will use, if you use server side operations, you will use server side scripting. If you want to perform client side operation, you will use client side scripting. That is why these topics are there. First, you will be seeing client script. Do you see client scripts? And then background, this and all can comes under server side. Only this part is related to the client side. Everything, the topics whichever are you are seeing, everything can be considered as a server side scripting. Everything. The topics whichever seeing, these topics we have taken from our syllabus, if you remember. Oh, okay. The topics server side scripting topic. And this is client scripting, client side scripting topics. Okay.